Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming in and joining me. I seen that we had Chris, Cajun Reseller in first, and Richard saying hello. And then Lone Star Picker, which is Louie. Thank you, Louie. He said to hit the like button. So I don't know if StreamYard is behind. Hopefully it's not. I'm going to pull up YouTube so I can hopefully see the chat a little bit better. We're going to chat tonight about ways to like take pictures after hours. Like tonight it's dark. I can't take pictures with the light that I have, the lighting that I have. So I want to talk about what kind of lighting you guys have and just go over kind of some things with reselling that I can do like early in the morning or when the little guy is asleep. I just seen Nikki T pop up here. She said, hey. And then I seen Uncle B say hello. So hello, you guys. So let's kind of get the chat going on what we should do with lighting. Like, what kind of lights do you guys use? Hello. Welcome in. Well, the chat is just moving on me now. I'm glad it's actually up to date and working because being the only one on the show today, I want to have the chat moving and working. So let's chat as resellers on, like Nikki T says, they've got the ring light. So my ring light is in half right now. I've got this part of it. The little toddler has ran off with the ring part of it. And it got bent, so this ring light's not very good. I think I'm going to either have to buy a new one or kind of go with a different light. I believe Rev and Nikki T have 2 ring lights that they have on both sides, which I definitely think something like that option would be good. I was kind of hoping that Josh would be in here from Flip Finds Fun because he kind of has a way that he does his, that he hung his light and everything. So I would like to talk a little bit more with him about it too. Looks like Richard also has a ring light. Yeah, I love my ring light until the toddler got a hold of it. Now it doesn't work very well. Thank you, Louie. I appreciate the hug. Yeah, so I've been getting all my packages out that have been selling. I actually had a pretty good month. This last September, I sold $500 in items before all the fees and everything like that. So it was obviously a little bit less, but that's, I think, been my best one since. Oh, see, Rev said he has 3 ring lights. I thought he would hear his name and hop in there. Then I use 2 big box type lights, I don't know if you have Instagram SSK promo. Send me an Instagram message and tell me a little bit more about your box lights. I'd like to hear about that. Or if you can drop a link, that'd be awesome. Hello, Wendy. Thank you for joining in. We have 12 of us in the chat. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I know I haven't been on the last 2 weeks. Things, like I said, have been just a little bit crazy with the little guy not taking naps during the day anymore. That has been a little bit of adjustment for us as a whole family because he doesn't want to go to, or he's like grumpy in the evenings and like ready to go to bed. So like I'd like to do some of my work. I think just getting up earlier in the morning would just help me out getting a couple things listed. What? Nikki T was on a trip? Whoa. like I said, I'm behind with everything. I'd like to talk with you guys on what you think would be some good options for me, because I want to get a little bit of reselling in before I have a newborn. I went to a couple thrift stores today, and I was just telling my husband as he walked in the door, as I was like, gotta go. Oh, yeah. I've seen that. They're on the 411 yard sale with a couple of other resellers. That's awesome. Can't wait to see those videos, guys. I'm excited for you guys. So I went to a couple thrift stores, didn't find anything good, but I'm kind of focusing on not buying just like random things that will sell. I'm trying to buy things that are like worth it for me, that like if I only have, you know, an hour in the morning or less than that to get something listed, it's going to be worth it for me. So I'm kind of trying to scale back on just not having a cartload of nothing, but to just find some things that are worth it. So I didn't find anything worth it. I did find a couple cute shirts for my toddler. And as some of you know, I've been trying to work on potty training with him. So I had to buy some shirts that aren't like the button, like onesie ones, but they were like 50 cents on half off sale. I was like, woo, that's awesome. Yes, me and Richard are looking forward to the videos. Oh my goodness. I have about 1,200 items in my death pile. Just need a few more to start listing again. Oh, Rev. Yeah, I have a little bit in my death pile, but I was like, I need to get a couple more. I need to get some things that get me excited about listing. So I went out and had no luck with the 2 different stores. But in our area, I don't know if you guys have been experiencing this too. Let me know in the chat, especially if you're still in here, Jimmy. If up in Denver, they're doing the same thing. But I've tried to donate a couple things. The Goodwills are not letting you donate. They're temporarily like not accepting donations, but the ARC in the Springs is letting me donate, but they're only during certain hours. So I want to know if you guys are having that going on too. And also I had to mention that Rev said I may be stretching that by 1 or 2 items. Rev, you're very busy too, and that's why I wanted to kind of get you guys in here too, because I know you guys are like back to work. And how are you handling reselling with being back to work? Sorry, guys, I had a message come through here. Nikki T says, nope, he has underestimated by a few items. And Wendy says, Rev, it's time for a new listing challenge. I think that's an awesome way of doing things too. It gives yourself a goal and it gives you the push to like list things. Like you're putting videos out to say what you are doing your challenge, and it makes you accountable. Hello, Rev. That's all you have in the death pile. Mine is a mountain. Yeah, mine was a mountain for a long time there. Excuse me. But through the whole virus, I kind of got through most of that and got rid of the things that I'm like, this is not worth it anymore. Or just things that were just a couple dollars. Finding fun time to list is hard. Yes. So that's what I'm trying to balance out, is like just, I mean, we don't rely on my income so much for me staying home with the boys. But it's still nice to have a little bit of extra. Like my little guy, he was using an iPad to watch his shows on, and I was like, I want to get him a TV because he's just sitting there with it in his face, and I'd rather have a TV hanging up where he can't be touching it and switching through all these different videos. So I actually used my eBay money to purchase that. So things like that, just little things that aren't like a necessity, but I'm like, that would help me out as a mama. To go and buy something like that is awesome that I have the extra little bit of money to do that. And Richard says, I'm part-time since February. Been working at home allows me to source and list a lot more. That's awesome, Richard. as you guys know, I've been home for over 2 years now, almost, with my little toddler. And thank you for sending me that message. And Cajun saying that Rev's pile that he has for his death pile is a bunch of juicy fruit, and Rev says he's only down to 10 packs now. Rev, how much did you start out with? I can't quite remember. He's saying they're almost sold out, so if you want the juicy fruit gum, go over to Rev's store and get some. But what do you guys think? Do you think getting up earlier in the morning would be best for me to get some listing done at least? Because sourcing, I can do with the little guy. I just can't do like a bunch of stores, because like I did 2 today, and like the second one, he was like, okay, I'm done. So, I mean, I can do like a couple stores here and there throughout the week to source, or like the weekends going to yard sales until they're done. I like this question to Rev. Richard says, LOL, Rev, have you gotten any bills from the dentist? That would be pretty funny if somebody sent that. I'd be like, nope, it was in the disclaimer. But yeah, I can go sourcing with the little guy. Like, I turn on some YouTube videos for him, and he sits there while I source, like we did today. See, Richard, I told you that in the disclaimer before you purchased it. Or do you think listing at night would be good? I think morning time would be better for me, because like it's kind of a quiet time at night. We have quiet time too, but I like can't stay up too late. I'm not a night owl, so I think getting up earlier would be easier for me. Like, I can't remember your name, so remind me of your name, SSK promo. I find it best to start fresh in the morning. If you wait until later, I find myself getting tired and not listening too much. And I think that's too with me, like, especially being almost in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy, like in the morning, I feel like I'm freshest and ready to go. And I can get some things done before the little guy gets up. Nikki T's also saying that morning time would be the best, and that's when she's more motivated too. And then Richard was saying morning would give you time to yourself. Yeah, exactly. And so like lately it's been my little bit of time to myself. I haven't been listing with it, but like I'm thinking that if I get up even earlier than I do now, and just getting down to the basement and just giving myself a goal of even just listing like 5 things a day. Like Richard, like Rev is saying, having a schedule would probably help, and would help to have time set aside to list. Exactly. I need to start setting myself a little bit more of a schedule and just getting into a little bit more. Like I said, I have 3 more months left. If he comes on time, if he comes early, like, oh, thank you. So it's Ken. All right. Works good. I'll remember that. I'll even write it down, because my memory sometimes is a little crazy. But yeah, having a schedule I think would definitely help me out. I need to get some better lighting, because as it gets darker during the winter time, I need to have some good lighting, because I don't want to have all those shadows and everything. I know Jimmy took some really good pictures with his, so I was going to talk to Jimmy too, Uncle B, about his lighting. I know I've talked to him about it before, but I'm like really serious about ordering now, because as you can see right here, I can't point to it, but back there, that little lamp by the white is my lighting, and it is not that great. Ask Rev what his scheduled time is. And he says, I'm preaching to myself as well. Yeah, exactly. And that's the nice thing about reselling. Like, you have like the flexibility to do what you need to do, but you also have to be motivated. You have to be a self-motivator. And I've been a pretty good self-motivator with my reselling up until I got pregnant. And I was like, I can't even get off the couch. As you can see, my hair is a little crazy today because I'm like pulling it out some days. So I'm feeling much better. I want to do a little bit before things get crazy. The newborn, I remember having no time, no why I keep schedule. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, is the newborn coming and trying to figure out his schedule. So I'm going to try and get some things done before the little one comes. And Ken is saying, my issue is not lighting, but more the camera on my phone, not that good, but need to upgrade. So I've heard there's apps too if your camera's not that good on your phone. If anybody in the chat knows any good apps, please share with Ken. That'd be awesome. I think my camera's pretty good. Jimmy must be listening in the background. He finally chimed in here for me. And the main thing is having a seamless background and using some advanced settings on the on your phone camera. So yeah, like Jimmy's saying, kind of having a nice camera, but there can be settings that you can set. And I've set those settings on my phone. So I think my phone is very good camera. But I think better lighting. Lighting is, I think, my very big issue. And like Nikki T is saying to Richard, yes, babies throw schedules out the window. So that's why I'm talking with you all tonight and trying to get a good schedule. And Jimmy, did you hear my question about the thrift stores, and if you can't donate, like the Goodwill down here you can't donate to, but like the ARC you can, but only certain hours. I was wondering if it's the same up there, or if anybody else is having any donation problems like that or know of it. So I think you guys have said some good things. I think getting a schedule, having a good app that you can edit pictures in, like Jimmy said, having a seamless background. And I think I said lighting already. Yeah, just lights. I need lights. But also, I think setting goals too is a good idea, because if you set a goal, then you, or like the listing challenge, you can get things listed a little bit more than you would if you're like, oh, I'm just going to list 1 or 2 things a day. So I'm going to have you guys put me to it. And I want you guys to be checking in on me to see if I am at least listing 1 thing a day. Wendy's saying that the Goodwill in Florida is accepting donations. So that's interesting. I wonder if it's just a certain region that's not doing it. Or if it's just the Springs having this going on. Nikki T says, also finding that listing items I'm excited about helps me sometimes too. That's what I was saying. Like, I try to go a little bit sourcing today because I've got a couple things, but I want that one thing, or just finding something that gets me excited to list. Because when you find something and you're like, no way, this is so cool, this sells for how much, and I got it for $3 or whatever, that's exciting to me too. Or like something I can put on auction is a fun thing. Jimmy says, yeah, it's the same. Thrift stores, that is the best one around me, is accepting them during all business hours. Oh, okay. So it must just be the Springs, because Goodwill will not let you donate anything, and ARC will let you donate from noon to 4. It's crazy. And when I went to the ARC to donate my stuff, I was there like 5 minutes before noon, and he was like, I can't do it. He's like, because they'll shut us down. And I was like, that's just crazy. And like noon hit, and there was like a line of cars ready to donate. Like, it was like mind-boggling to me. It was crazy. Richard says, yes, as a reseller needs goals. If you get 1 thing done off the list, that's the 1 more than you can get done off the list. Exactly. Yeah, so I want you guys kind of to keep me accountable for listing one thing a day, because I think that will push me and drive me to at least get one thing listed a day. Maybe next week we'll up it up to 5 things, but we'll say from this Thursday to next Thursday, at least one thing a day. The Thursday after that, we might bump it up to 5. We'll see how that's going. We'll see how well I can get up early now and get moving and motivated. Sorry, my camera keeps going out. I'm ready to throw this computer out the window. We've been trying to work on it to get it to working, but I don't know what's going on with it. I'm hardwired connection to it, and it still goes in and out on me. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me while it goes in and out. Hopefully it's not very long. Are you guys still sourcing through yard sales or garage sales? I have not been to yard sale in like 3 months. And the yard sales I went to didn't really have anything. My toddler's trying to get down here to come talk to you guys. I've done a couple of lives with a couple of other resellers recently, and he's stomping his little feet up there. And he has been like in them because they've been like, when I'm like traveling or like just can't get on the computer and come down to the basement, it cracks me up. So yeah, he likes to get into the videos. And Nikki T says, yes, they've been to some yard sales and some auctions. That's awesome. I have never been to a live auction. I've only done online auctions, which I think are so much fun. And maybe I can do a little bit of that sourcing too, but I've been wanting to get out a little bit with the toddler and just spend some time with him and source a little bit. Like I said, I didn't find anything, but I'm also not just filling up the cart with like $5 to $10 items. I'm like, I want to find something a little bit better that's worth it to me to purchase and resell. But they were just limited, but I went only the Goodwills today. So I was going to try like the Ark or the Salvation Army, next time we go out. Oh yes, Ken, that's a great idea. With the live listing, I know there's a couple of resellers in communities that do live listings, or like come hang out with me while I list. That's a lot of fun. Wendy says that the garage sale thrift stores weekly Wednesday flea markets. That's awesome. Been busy sourcing. Richard, just thought of one thing, is to spend time looking up comps on about 10 items and create a draft. 2, take photos when the little free time you post. Yeah, so that's what I do, Richard. I've done this even back before I had children. I go and look up everything and take pictures of it. But I don't weigh it. I don't weigh it till the next day. So like if I took a picture of something today, I don't technically list it till tomorrow, because I found that like stopping and weighing it was taking more time, and I could get more listed if I just took pictures, put it as a draft, and then weighed it the next day and listed it. So I've done that for a while, and I find it works well for me. If you guys have any ideas of like Richard's saying with comping some things and doing drafts and then taking pictures later on in your free time. And then I found like too, with the toddler when he wasn't napping, like I could quickly weigh something within, less than 5 minutes, have him down in the basement with me as he's trying to get into everything that I'm reselling. But he lets me get something weighed, and then I can put it on my phone or the computer and then hit, for it to go live. So that helps me out too. Ken's saying it helps to do the chat in live listing as long as you're not watching the chat the whole time and you get stuff done. Yeah, so I like watching the chat. I like to interact with everybody like I'm doing with you all tonight. So I don't know how live listing would go for me, but it might be a fun thing to try out one night. And you guys would probably crack up at me because I get like so distracted on like my listing that I'd be like, what was I doing? Wait a minute, like let me go back. And Richard's given me the idea to try and put the scale next to where the photos are taken so that I can weigh it after I take the photo. And I like that idea, and it's not very far from my workstation right now. Yes, Cajun, I'm skipping the Broncos game, and I actually didn't know until like 10 minutes before I went live that they were on tonight. My husband was very disappointed in me. But yeah, like Ken says, great idea. The thing is, though, when I go to weigh my items, I like to put them in the box and kind of wrap them up as if they were going to be shipped out right then and there when it goes live. I don't necessarily keep them in that box that I put them in, but I like to get a pretty accurate weight on them. Jimmy says, no way, he's not missing the game. Yeah, I'm not going to have the hour-long show tonight. As you can hear, my little guy is up there making a ruckus. He has not had a very good day. I think that's still due to getting used to not taking naps, but you would think that maybe if I'm grumpy that I would take a nap. But, toddlers know it all. So do you guys have any other ideas for me or any good tips that you could give me? I know some of you haven't been doing it very long, or some of you have been doing it for a long time. I just wanted to kind of get on here and just chat with you guys and get a good plan together on how to get a couple things more listed every day, because when you list, you sell. And the times that I've been able to list recently, like I said, I had my best month this last month with getting some things listed. And the fun thing was a couple of the lanterns that I'd listed, they sold within minutes of me putting the listing live. So that was really cool and fun thing to have happen. So like Nikki T said, getting things that get you excited, like those lanterns, like you look it up and you're like, no way, I bought this whole bin of lanterns for $80 and this lantern goes for $30 and this one goes for $50 and this one goes for $100. It adds up, and it's cool to watch those things sell. Jimmy, if you give me an update on how the Broncos are doing, what the score is. Are they up? Nikki T is telling me, set a goal, set a time, and list. You got this. Thank you, Nikki T. I appreciate it. Nikki T and a couple of you in the chat are really great with keeping up on me and just actually even just checking how I'm doing. I agree, Richard. Missing the kids young, fussing drove me crazy back then, but you miss it. You miss when they're young. And so, part of me wants to do a little bit more reselling, to have a little bit extra money. But it's also been really nice to spend some time with him, especially how much he is developing lately is just crazy and cool. So that's what I love about reselling too. Like I said, it's just great to spend a little bit of time with him and watch him grow and be home with him. Like if I was doing a 9 to 5, I would be missing out on that time with him. And Mr. Cajun Chris says they are playing the worst team in the NFL. They better win. Cajun, let's not talk about it, but recently it has not been good. And Wendy says score 10-10. Huh? And yes, they grow up too fast. I think it'll be fun and exciting too when both of them can help me and actually like take pictures and help me source and list and do all that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I see 17-13 at the halftime. It's Colorado. Get some gummies to help you concentrate while listening. Oh my goodness, Jimmy. No, Jimmy. So yeah. I love all these tips you guys have given me. I appreciate you guys being on here with me and chatting with me. I'm not going to have a long show today. I'm going to end it here in just a few minutes. But I just wanted to collaborate with you guys. I wanted to find out what you guys are thinking on what I could do to get back a little bit on track in these last 2 to 3 months that I have. Tip, get some spare box stickers and small toys that your child has not seen. Have him unbox. So yes, Wendy, my son, he loves a box. So all my boxes on the shelf back here, I'm like, here's a box, put it together or tear it up, do what you want. He likes that, but he also likes to mess with the keyboard. No, Richard, I don't want to watch the game so much. I just wanted to get on here and chat with you guys a little bit and just get some ideas. I half the time I'm on my phone when I'm watching the game. My husband's the one that's the fan. But I like to kind of pay attention to the fourth quarter at the end. Like last 2 minutes is like my favorite part of the game. And Wendy's saying that if I give him his own box to pack up and pretend to ship, that it'll give me some time to work. That's a great idea. Uncle B says, sorry, no bad joke. You're pregnant. Don't do that. Yeah, Jimmy, this is a very green state, but that's not good. So he has his own keyboard to bang around on, Ken, but you would think that, his own keyboard would be good. No, this child wants whatever he's not supposed to have. So he wants to get onto my keyboard. And like, for the most part, I'm fine with him like banging on my keyboard because my keyboard, I don't know if I'll be able to lift it up here in the camera, but it's missing the space bar and stuff. Like, it's not the greatest keyboard anyways. So I'm like, go ahead, bang on it. But he likes to be very involved on what I'm doing. So like it's hard to list things while he's down here. I've tried and it's crazy. So I think the plan's to be getting up a little bit earlier in the morning, getting down here to get some things listed and set myself some goals and set a schedule too, that Monday through Friday I'm up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and spend that time until he gets up, and then source with him when he's got the patience for me. So I got some really great ideas. Jimmy, if you can send me a link to your lights that you use, that would be awesome. Anybody else in the chat that has any lights or anything that they like to use, send me a link in Instagram. That would be awesome. I appreciate you guys being on with me. I'm going to end it here. I'm tired. I want to relax a little bit, and I appreciate all the advice you guys gave me. You guys are awesome. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you next Thursday, and I'll let you know how well I did with my listing every day. Also, you can send me Instagram messages because I get them, I hear them, and you can check up on me and make sure I've been listing one thing a day. You all have a good evening. We'll see you next time. Bye now.